back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome to the family. My name is Dina. I am so happy to have you here. If you clicked on this video, you're either curious as to why I decided to become a witch, or maybe you're curious about witchcraft yourself and you're wondering if it's something for you, so you want to kind of see what my experience has been like. And I am so excited to share this with you guys today. I want to talk to you about why I got into witchcraft, why I was drawn to it, how it has affected my life, how it has changed my life for the better. I have a lot of stuff to share with you and I'm super excited, so let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to mention, I feel like this is the case for most people, is that I was very intuitively drawn to witchcraft. And I think I have, honestly, for a long time, even long before I actively started looking into it and, reading about it or, Googling and YouTubing things about witchcraft. I've definitely always been drawn to like the occult section in stores, or I've just like always been intrigued about like the afterlife and spirit and anything that's a little bit different, I guess. It's not really different, but like different than the everyday day-to-day stuff. I've just always had an intrigue for that. So as soon as I was given the opportunity to kind of like dive deeper into this, and first it started with my spirituality as I was introduced to this whole new world, the more I kind of got these opportunities to immerse myself into this lifestyle, I was just so excited. I was so pulled into it. And I think this is the case for like a lot of people. So if you're someone who's like just starting off in witchcraft, or you're interested in witchcraft and you're kind of like wondering if this is something good for you, you're just kind of curious about it, you may also find that you're very intuitively drawn to witchcraft. So the next point that I want to touch on is empowerment. And I can't tell you guys how empowered I have honestly felt since I became a witch. It's something that's so amazing and so powerful, and it's not like anything else, honestly, I've ever experienced. For one, witchcraft gives the ability to create your own reality. You don't have to choose to settle. You don't have to do things that don't make you happy. You don't have to just stay where you don't want to stay. You have the power to make change in your life. And I find witchcraft is another one of those ways that empowers you to do that. At least in my practice personally. When I practice witchcraft, when I'm immersed in this world, I feel like unstoppable. I feel amazing. I've felt the most confident that I've ever felt in my entire life. It's like this whole like inner power, but also like this connection, this empowerment with like the divine or source or whatever you want to call it. I think part of it too is that connection to the divine feminine that I'm really starting to pull in and balance in my everyday life, because I'm very much like high masculine energy when it comes to like productivity, getting things done, really thinking like intellectually. I've always been very highly masculine, like high masculine energy, and I feel like I should do a video on this because I don't want people to think like, oh, like female, male, like man, woman type thing. Like masculine and feminine are like the only ways we have to really describe these energies, but try to think outside societal norms and societal beliefs and think of it in a different way, because we all have masculinity, like masculine energy, and we all have feminine energy within us. But I think for most of my life, I've definitely been kind of got a little bit of an imbalance there. I didn't really embrace my feminine energy so much. And I feel like witchcraft has really allowed me to embrace that divine feminine energy and use that to empower myself. And it's amazing. Like, I've never felt better. I think this empowerment comes from tapping into parts of yourself that you may not have paid attention to if you weren't involved in the craft. I definitely pay closer attention to details when it comes to learning about myself, and I do a lot of reflecting, and I feel very tapped into a newfound power and energy. If you're someone who's felt like out of control in your life, or you feel like you're not doing what you want to do, or you felt like others have controlled your life for you, or whatever it may be, I think witchcraft is definitely one of those ways to take your power back. The next thing I want to talk about is being connected. Ever since I have become a witch, I have felt so much more connected to every aspect of my life. I felt more connected to myself, my higher self, source, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, nature. It's really amazing. It has opened me up to be a lot more present. Presence is something that you can practice in your spirituality or just your everyday life anyways. You don't have to be a witch to do that. But I do have to say that being a witch has definitely drastically helped me with presence. And I take the time to notice little details. I take the time to notice the little things. There's so many of us that go throughout our day just like completely oblivious to little details and little things that happen in our life. Like, we don't appreciate the butterfly flying by, or the sunset, or our breath, or like a feeling, an intuitive feeling that we get. Like there's so many things that you open yourself up to when you become a witch. At least my personal experience. Speaking of butterflies, one just went by my window. Ever since I became a witch, I feel more alive. Like I feel like this world is so much more vibrant and like, how do I even explain this? Have you guys ever watched Twilight? I know it sounds really stupid, and like I know Twilight is like, it's pretty corny, but like back in the day, I loved Twilight. And you know like how when Bella becomes a vampire, suddenly everything is like so much clearer. She just like notice sounds more, everything's vivid, everything's just beautiful, everything's got like way more life than it was when she was human. That's kind of how I feel about witchcraft. Like that's kind of how I feel about my life after I've become a witch, you know? Like I feel more alive, I feel more connected to this earth and everything around me and spirit, and it's just amazing, and it makes me feel more at peace, and it feels like I have more purpose than I did before. And that's just, yeah, I hope that makes sense, but that's just truly how I feel about becoming a witch. The next thing I want to mention is excitement. How excited I get about stuff these days. And I think a lot of it is the excitement to learn that, I mean, I always enjoyed school to an extent and stuff, but like there's something about becoming a witch that just makes you so much more excited to be a student. I don't know what it is. And obviously like I'm talking about like learning more stuff about witchcraft, or whether it is learning more about plants like botany, or more about nature, or whatever it might be. Ever since I became more spiritual and connected, I have been so excited to learn. Like I just want to keep learning and learning and learning and reading so much. Like I've read so much more in the last few years than I have my entire life. When you're a witch, you understand that there's no mastery, you know, there's no perfect witch. You're never completely done learning. You learn your entire life, and that's part of the excitement about it. Like there's so much to learn. I love it. I wake up every single day excited to learn new things, and there's something really special and magical about that. And I can't even imagine living a life where I don't want to learn new things, where I don't want to seek new information. And it's like encouraged me to like not just witchcraft, but it's encouraged me to learn other things. I don't know, it just opens you up to this whole new world, and it's really exciting. The next thing I want to talk about is viewing the world through a magical lens. When you start to change the way you see the world, new opportunities arise that you never would have thought you would have been given. And you start to see connections, and you start to see, wow, like that is why I was supposed to do that, because this thing happened. And then things don't feel like accident or coincidence anymore. It's like everything has more purpose and more value. And I'm not saying that everything has a purpose. I think there are some things that are fluke and chance in life. But when you start to see things through a magical lens, life is just more magical in general. You know, it's like you have a little hint of that child within you that's coming out. As kids, we see the world so much more magically than we do when we grow up, because we're taught by society to grow up and grow out of these, you know, wishful thinking, or imagination is basically suppressed. I find when you become a witch, your imagination is like brought to life again. Everything's just more beautiful and exciting and magical, and life is just more meaningful. And I think there's something very powerful and amazing about that, especially in today's society, where I feel like a lot of us have gone really numb. We've gone numb to our intuition. We lost our inspiration, our creativity. We've become robots in a sense. Like a lot of us have just become robots. We just go through life following our day-to-day routine, you know, go to our jobs, come home, eat dinner, watch some TV, go to sleep, go to our jobs, come home, eat dinner, watch TV, go to sleep. Like there's so many people living that life. I'm not judging anybody's life, but there's so many ways that we've become numb to life and truly living. And witchcraft somehow really opened me up to like really living. And I'm not saying I wasn't living my life before, but I feel like I am truly embracing everything and truly living my life to the fullest, to the point where like, yes, there's things that I want to do in my life still, but like I feel like I'm getting so much more meaning out of my life now that if like God forbid something happened to me in a few years from now, I wouldn't have any regrets. I know that I was doing what I wanted to do, and I was going for everything, and I was doing everything in my power to live my life to the fullest. And I think that's something that everyone needs to reflect on at some point in their life. If I were to die right now, am I happy? Like, are there any regrets that I would have on my deathbed of things that I didn't do? Because if there's something that you really want to go for and you haven't done it because you're scared, like, just go for it. Just do it. Witchcraft has given me that courage. Witchcraft has given me that ability to just see the world differently and see my life differently and just live it the way I want to live it and believe that I can make things happen. Because not only do I have the confidence in myself and taking action, but now I have this untapped new energy power that I can mold and work with to manifest beautiful things into my life. And again, that's powerful. That's so empowering. So that's basically everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. If all of this sounds amazing and magical and you're not a witch yet, go for it. If you're thinking of getting into witchcraft yourself, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video, because I have a lot of other witchcraft related content. I have a lot of spells for baby witches on my channel, so you don't want to miss out on those. So make sure you check those out. I have a playlist for witchcraft type content that I'll link at the end of this video for you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you for listening to my personal story. I would love to hear in the comments below if you related to any of the points I said or have anything else to share. And I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.